Okay, we're going to actually try this without the guitar just to see how it goes right quick. I watched the one-out road through my child's eyes as we drove through the country in one last bid to say goodbye to a man who hurt and scarred and marred my innocence, but with a sigh. I had agreed to take my child to me, man who in decades past had passed on a chance to be a father to me. The woods around the gray farmhouse had sheltered me from many storms. Let's try that again. The woods around the gray farmhouse had sheltered me from many storms. But to my child whose heart knew nothing of those years of fear, let's try that again. The woods around the gray farmhouse had sheltered me from many storms. To my child whose heart knew nothing of those years of fear, wonder, woven shame. Okay, something's... The woods around the gray farmhouse sheltered me from many storms. But to my child whose heart knew nothing of those years of fear. Okay, that's better. Their wonder-wove enchantment with an invitation to enter and explore. Still I could find no meaning in all the wasted moments. Let's see. Let's try that one again. The woods around the gray farmhouse had sheltered me from many storms. But to my child whose heart knew nothing of the years of fear, their wonder-wove enchantment and invitation, still I could find no meaning in all the wasted moments I spent sheltered, hiding in the hollow tree from the old man's storm. Yet in those fields I feared no fall, and I played until my mother called. And in her voice I found a harbor within the storm. It rang out, harbor within a storm. Until the day she did not rise from her bed, to see her weak with the fading light. The last dregs of my innocence took flight. Bereaved the wondrous safety of her voice, and the woods would forever be dispelled. And in those months I watched as her strength and hair and beauty fell and dried up with the autumn leaves. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye. I survived like a ship with no rudder at sea. When the peace had passed, the old man held fast, the bitterness mixed with drunken revelry. Let's try that one again, but with everything. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye, but I survived like a ship that glides without a rudder and lost at sea. That's everything. When the peace had passed, my old man held fast, the bitterness mixed with drunken revelry. Try it one more time. This time will be the truncated. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye, and I was like a ship without a rudder lost at sea. When the peace had passed, my old man held fast, bitterness mixed with drunken revelry. Now the old man lay on his gray deathbed, but neither of us could find the words to say goodbye. But we could not find the words to say goodbye. And I tucked my child into my old bed. He lay with a pillow, he lay with his head in a pillow that had stifled so many cries. Woo. Okay, let's try this. Now the old man, I'm going to take it down to a different key. Now the old man lay on his gray deathbed, but neither of us could find the words to say goodbye. I tucked my child into my old bed. On my pillow he laid his head that stifled so many cries. Yeah, I'll switch around some of your words there. Pillow and head. And to flee the ghost of our aging host, I retreat into these woods again that night. But as I walked alone in the stillness of the moon's dim light, the ghost that haunts that place refused to leave my side. And I could feel the stinging nettles against my legs. So I stopped and I stooped, pulled the plant by the root, and let the clinging earth fall from my callous fingers to the ground. And in the morning light, my son clung to my side. We watched with wonder as the root and the leaves spoiled. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do with that. I like it. I almost wonder if that's some sort of bridge. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye. In the morning light, my spirit thrived like a child in my child's childlike revelry. When the moment had passed, my old man still held fast to the cup his grandchild served him with uncomprehending glee. Let's try that one again. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye. In the morning light, my spirit thrived, my child's childlike revelry. When the moment had passed, my old man held fast the cup served with to the cup his grandchild served to him with uncomprehending glee. Okay, I'm having trouble with that last line. Let's try it again. I'm kind of dragging out the second part of that line of that chorus, but I think it works. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye. In the morning's light, my spirit thrived in my child's childlike revelry. When the peace had passed, when the moment had passed, my old man still held fast to the cup his grandchild served him with uncomprehending glee. Whew. I like the words. I'll have to think about that one. There by the gray deathbed redemption, there by the gray deathbed, redemption raised its failing head and offered itself up for free. In the moment I saw my old man with child's eyes, and though my child could not see. There by the gray deathbed, redemption raised a fragile head and offered itself for the cup of nettle tea. By the gray deathbed, redemption raised its failing head and offered itself for the cup. By the gray deathbed, Redemption raised its failing head, offered itself for the cup, for the cost of nettlety, offered itself for free, whichever way you like it. In the last moment I saw my old man with child's eyes, though my child. And in the last moment I saw my old man with child's eyes, though my child could not see the beauty of redeemed pain. There, by the gray deathbed, redemption raised its failing head, offered itself up for free. And in the last moment I saw in his last moment I saw my old man with child's eyes, though. The beauty of the redeemed pain and wasted years. Redeemed pain and wasted years with agony. Let's try that again. There, by the gray deathbed, redemption raised its failing head and offered itself up for free. Third line. In the last moment I saw my old man with child's eyes, though my child could not see the beauty of the redeemed pain and wasted years filled with agony. I returned that spring with the winter's past. Okay, musically I've got to figure out something to do with these two-liners. I'm thinking we need to create some sort of bridge to accommodate these two-line structures. And I don't know what to do yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip down to the beauty in my tears finally. The beauty in my tears finally washed away the fear. The Father I had never learned to love. We laid it to rest with all its bitterness. Finally let the truth of grace break through. Wasted years found redemption cheers, calling from the morning's dew. So I said goodbye from the gray bedside as the old man closed his eyes in rest. What if we do something different here on this last part? The death that sprung from the old man's lungs in the gray room, something else had no power over the life that stared up at me from my child's. Okay, what I'm thinking here is like Andrew Peterson has that part in his song where he's like, in The Lament of a White Man, it's like he gets to like Christ returning. He's like, but then the mercies of the Lord will be the songs to every chord. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, and it builds. I'm almost wondering if we can do something building with this last, because you've got a cluster of lines here that might lend itself to some sort of building structure. The death that sprung from the old man's lungs, gray room, something else, had no power over the life that stared up at me from my child's innocent eyes. So as we walked outside in the morning light, took a cue from my joy renewed. As we frolicked in the morning dew, the power of life. Okay. I think musically we'll have to think about what to do with that. And then you have this question. And the peace arrived, last one, like a hurricane's eye, and in its stillness, wonder could abide in the space between my child and me. And I abide, he abides, we abide in it. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye, and in its stillness, wonder could abide in the space between my child and me. In the space between me and my child, and in its stillness, wonder could abide in the space between me and wonder could abide in the space between my child and me. And the peace arrived like a hurricane's eye, and in its stillness, wonder could abide in the space between my child and me. And I abide, he abides, we abide in it. It's almost wondering if musically we just don't even try to repeat the same thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cheat you out of the guitar, but I hope that's of use.